Elite artists spend weeks of labor modifying intricate stop-motion armatures, only to leak a few seconds of footage and remain silent for 15 years. In the practical effects industry, talent is currency. Elite artists rely on receiving credit for their work to secure their next contract. They rarely leave their most complex projects unclaimed. If this footage does not depict a real biological entity, it represents a tactile work of art requiring a studio-level investment to produce. To understand why the creator's silence is so improbable, we have to look at the physical craftsmanship required to build a skinny bob in a real-world workshop. In 1996, the London studio Mackinnon Saunders built 15-inch stop-motion armatures for Tim Burton's Mars Attacks. The body proportions, the three-fingered hands, and the articulated brow of these movie armatures share the same physical DNA as Skinny Bob. The anatomical alignment suggests Bob was assembled from these salvaged assets, modified by hand to obscure his cinematic origins. This explains Bob's thick, rigid neck. The neck is actually a human wrist supporting a hollow puppet head. A puppeteer's hidden fingers manipulate the internal brow mechanism from within the skull, while a custom turtleneck hides where the puppet meets the human arm. This restriction on movement is consistent with the environment seen in the family vacation walking clip. The background in that clip matches the tabletop screen tests shot for Corpse Bride, specifically the chromatic shift and the spackle texture on the wall. These mechanical workarounds point directly to a practical effects set relying on physical stagecraft. If we accept that Skinny Bob is a physical creation, we have to confront the cold logistical math required to actually pull it off. A prop of this scale requires a highly specialized crew. You need master sculptors to build the head, animatronic engineers to rig the facial expressions, and professional operators to puppeteer the micro-movements during filming. To keep a production of that size hidden from the public for over a decade, every single artist and technician on set would have to be bound by ironclad non-disclosure agreements. Factoring in the materials, the specialized labor, and the studio overhead, industry experts estimate a physical workshop of this caliber would require a budget of roughly $250,000, which brings us to the breaking point of this theory. We are asked to believe that a fully staffed Hollywood team produced a $250,000 production, uploaded it for zero profit, and never once broke their silence to claim the credit. For over a decade, the 2011 Skinny Bob footage was a settled case for many digital forensic experts. The consensus was a physical puppet disguised by digital overlays. That certainty vanished in April 2026, when an entirely new set of recordings surfaced online. This update presents a significant hurdle for investigators. We are either witnessing a new level of archival disclosure or a masterclass in digital deception engineered to bypass modern detection. Uploaded by qtecqot, this footage is buried under heavy noise and frantic microcuts. These cuts provide a tactical advantage. By stripping consecutive data, the uploader removes precise frames where a digital error or mechanical stutter would normally be caught. This combination of noise and missing frames effectively neutralizes forensic software. Tools like Optical Flow, which tracks pixel movement to detect CGI, require a continuous stream of data to function. Without that continuity, the software can't find a pattern. With our automated tools rendered useless, the investigation shifts back to a manual, forensic examination of the physical interactions within the frame. One clip, labeled ET Crew Recovery Site D, provides a wide environmental look at a smooth, anomalous craft hovering in a static position over a foggy beach. The most useful forensic data is found by looking past the atmosphere of the landscape and focusing on how the subjects interact with the objects around them. A specific close-up shows a slender, three-fingered hand reaching out to touch the craft's exterior. As the finger makes contact, a shadow is cast across the curved metallic hull. To fake this, an artist would need to perfectly calculate how light wraps around a convex, reflective surface, a high-level technical challenge. Directly alongside that shadow is a subtle, secondary reflection of the finger itself. These lighting interactions suggest two possibilities. Either we are looking at a physical model filmed in a real-world environment, or a professional-grade render using sophisticated ray tracing to simulate light paths. Because the exterior physics are consistent, the investigation must move inside the craft. We have to search the interior for the design flaws that usually betray a digital simulation. The interior footage is claustrophobic. The environment is lit only by a moving flashlight, creating a harsh, oscillating bloom that shifts across the room. The flashlight reveals seating that appears to be part of the craft's internal structure, with no visible seams or joints where the chairs meet the floor. This detail matches the 1980s sports model descriptions provided by Bob Lazar, who claimed UFO interiors appeared to be molded from a single continuous piece of material. Along the walls, the light catches clusters of thick biomechanical pipes that look more organic than mechanical. The aesthetic is a near-perfect match for the surrealist, ribbed structures found in the biomechanical artwork of H.R. Giger. The camera then passes over control panels featuring symbols that look suspiciously like stylized alien heads. This is where the forensics get complicated. A hoaxer with a deep knowledge of UFO lore could be deliberately populating a digital set with these greatest hits of mythology to gain instant credibility. Yet the alternative remains. These design elements may appear in our mythology because they are accurate reports of a real physical phenomenon. Because the interior design so closely mirrors decades of existing UFO reports, we can't distinguish a real artifact from a fan-made tribute based on the visual style alone. The most difficult evidence to categorize appears in the final moments of the 2026 drop. It is a biological interaction that breaks from the clean lines of the craft. In a dark close-up, the entity's fingers slowly unfurl to reveal a messy, organic tangle of fine hair. Simulating hair in a digital space is a notorious technical hurdle. Individual strands often clip through other objects or appear unnaturally stiff. Conversely, adding this messy, chaotic detail to a practical puppet adds significant cost and complexity for very little narrative gain. This organic randomness doesn't fit the smooth, calculated look of the craft's exterior, making it a difficult detail for an animator to commit to. The qtecqot footage demonstrates a convergence of techniques. Physical props, practical crafts, and digital renders now share the same visual space, often with identical levels of fidelity. If these images are a digital mirage, they demonstrate a mastery of light and organic motion that bypasses traditional forensic detection. Whether authentic or simulated, the footage effectively silences the tools we rely on to find truth. These two timelines suggest a convergence. If the 2011 original was a physical puppet, the 2026 creators successfully translated that specific clay model into an immersive digital environment. This evolution bridges the gap between old-school practical effects and modern engine physics through the accurate simulation of light and moving shadows. The craftsmanship occupies a level of detail typically reserved for high-budget studio pipelines, whether this is an unprecedented VFX hoax or actual leaked military archives. If these creators can flawlessly blend physical stop-motion armatures with modern 3D engine physics, reflections, and deep space lore, does it prove a highly coordinated, multi-decade operation, or does it just show how easily digital illusionists can simulate a universe we desperately want to believe in?